Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Villainous Times for Friday, May 25th, 2012. Today, in news, we are going to be discussing corporate bullying and the perception of corporate loyalty. But first, I'd like to introduce you to my favorite color, which is purple. I'm wearing purple. It is the color of compassion, something corporations have lost, turning from compassion to ignoring corporate casualties, whether that's overseas or being, terminated. Oh no, wait, they like to say being let go or laid off. That is what they like to say. I, for instance, gave 7 years to a company all over Canada, only to be let go, aka laid off. I started with them at the very bottom as a customer service representative and moved my way up into team lead management, supervisory roles, or whatever they want to call it now. It really doesn't matter. Only to be let go. Which isn't the moral of the story. The moral of the story is corporations switching into a more fast food venue of employees. Something akin to what a fast food chain would do. Not naming any names here, but let's be honest. When you see new faces all the time just because they reach the 3 months probation period and get fired because they're going to get a raise. Where once we worked 40 hours plus in a full-time job, 9 to 5, 5 to 9, or more, 4, 10 hours a week. 4 tens, I should say. Now, full-time is considered 25 to 30 hours. Which is terrible for us trying to make a living. On top of that, the Canadian government wants to stop us from rallying against such inequality, which we are already paying for with our taxes. Thank you very much for the amnesty measures given to various big business in Canada who are losing business because we couldn't afford to pay for it. Let's ponder that for a moment, shall we? The logical route. Canadian citizens can't afford to pay for something, thus business dips. So let's take money from the Canadian people, give it to the big corporations, aka the automobile industry, automotive, and then on top of that, we'll raise tuition prices. We will also propose a bill whereby if they do gather in order to stem such inequality of the Canadian government for the people and for big business, which is rather ridiculous in my mind, but it does go with the current theme of Canadian ignorance, stupidity, on a marginal level. Oh, no, marginal is the wrong word. I mean a massive scale. Because let's be honest, why is Canada so against its citizens? Why? Because it has no idea what to do with us. While we may meander about in comfort, not rising up or confronting our politicians on any particular matter in general, just like in World War I and World War II, when Canadians are pushed to the brink, something snaps within us. Our Canadian pride. Not at our government, but as being a citizen of the beautiful land outside. And our free rights. Something snaps, and we want to oppose that which opposes our freedom, that which opposes our equality, and that which harbors ill-advised and silly ideals towards us while using our funding, aka taxes, aka livelihoods, aka futures in regards to tuition, and the money the government will get whilst kettling people in Montreal, and honestly, in the future all over Canada. Kettling, by example, is what happens when people are herded, protesters are herded, and they're all arrested. Whether or not you were just, a bystander walking by and got amalgamated up in the whole congestion of the being herded, or you were actually there to protest. It really doesn't matter. They don't really care. They're going to fine you and do all sorts of stuff in terms of, slap on the wrist, to time in jail, to, whatever else they do, because I'm not fully educated there, and I'm okay with that, because I'm here to help in whatever way I can in the capacity of today, and today I'm learning. So, corporate compassion, non-existent. Well, that in, slightly they do give their little tax breaks to people, or to nonprofits and whatnot, but honestly, people, the Canadian government, let's be honest, right now, you suck at treating your land, your environment, your citizens with proper decency. And Harper, since you're a prosthetic human being and the rest of the council, aka Parliament, aka House, have no idea what to do with us, why not ask us? Why not listen? Recently I was bullied by my boss, but that's going to be in part 2. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Villainous Times, May 25th, Friday, 2012. You can reach me at villaiноftruth@gmail.com, or you can check out my poetry and various other adaptations of words to reality at villaiноftruth@blogspot.com. Part 2 to come this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Live long and watch out for rogues.